What's up everybody, welcome back to another This Week in Gaming video. This is my weekly gaming news video where I talk about all of the latest news in the gaming industry. If you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you enjoy this video, leave a comment down below about any of the things I'm about to talk about. I would love to know what you think. And also, happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians out there. Let's get right into the news. So rumors have been swirling around the gaming industry over the last few months that Google is trying to enter the console market. And this rumor has ramped up even more now because Jason Schreier of Kotaku published an article where he got information from 5 people that either were briefed on the console itself or heard this information secondhand from someone else who had been briefed. Here is what they told Kotaku, and here is what we know about what this console will be so far. Basically, we know that it will be a streaming console, it'll have some sort of hardware, and Google is aggressively trying to get developers under the Google umbrella to make games for the console. Now, those are the 3 things that we know. It'll be a 3-pronged attack for it. And it's kind of generalized, but it looks like Google is going down that alley of streaming. So basically things like PlayStation Now, or even way back when OnLive tried to make a console and completely failed. So it'll be really interesting to see how this works out for Google and what exactly this Google console will be when it is finally revealed. So if you're an Overwatch fan, you've definitely kept your eye out for the new character coming to the game when we finally know who it is and what exactly the powers of this character are. This will be a hamster in a huge mech, and it is called a wrecking ball. And this seems like this is going to be Hammond, who comes from the Lunar colony. He was a missing specimen, as was Winston, and he comes from the same place that Winston came from. And here are the abilities that Wrecking Ball will have. Wrecking Ball will have quad cannon machine guns. They'll have an adaptive shield, so it will grant Wrecking Ball a number of temporary shields based on the number of enemies nearby. The character will have a roll, which turns Wrecking Ball into a sphere with increased speed. The grappling crawl, so while in roll mode, Wrecking Ball can launch a short grappling hook to attach to surfaces, swing around, clear gaps, and move upwards. The next ability is Pile Driver, and this will allow Wrecking Ball to slam down from the air, pulling enemies towards the center of the impact and dealing damage. And finally, the alt is Minefield, where Wrecking Ball litters the ground around it with damage dealing proximity mines. So Wrecking Ball actually seems like a pretty interesting character. I'm actually pretty excited to try the character out. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Wrecking Ball. So as we know, the hottest thing in gaming right now is Fortnite, and in May, Fortnite made over $300 million, which is massive. And you may be asking how, since it is a free-to-play game, how much money are people spending on this game? Well, GameIndustry.biz published a really interesting report based off of a study by Lend.edu, looked at 1,000 Fortnite players and their spending habits. So basically, out of these 1,000 players that were surveyed, 68.8% of the players had made some sort of in-game purchase in Fortnite, and on average, these players spent about $85 on the game. On top of that, which is even crazier, is that 1 in 5 of these players had no idea that by making these purchases, they would gain 0 competitive advantage in the game, and it was only cosmetic, even though it is listed in the store. This is really crazy and really interesting to see just how much money people spend on this game, even though it is free to play, and how much money Epic is making from Fortnite. It's absolutely mind-blowing. We're definitely going to see a lot more free-to-play things like this because of how much money they make, because so much money is spent on in-game purchases and cosmetics and things like that. With the Nintendo Switch fully hackable now, people are releasing programs to hack the Nintendo Switch. One of them, which is paid, is called SXOS. Mike Heskin, who is a vulnerability researcher, did some research into SXOS and found out, ironically enough, in this piracy program, there's anti-piracy built into it. So basically, you could trigger a password that is randomly generated that you won't know what it is, that will lock up your internal memory and will render your Switch useless. Now, he did say that there's a very low chance that this could happen just by normal use, because he triggered it by hacking it and making it occur, but there is still a minor chance that this will happen. This is a pretty interesting story just because of the fact that someone who is making a program to pirate games and take money away from developers and charging for that program has something that is anti-piracy for their program itself. It's absolutely crazy. I would love to know what you guys think about this in the comments below. A US-based investment bank called Piper Jaffray says that video games will be fully digital by 2022, saying this: "It is a certainty that video games will be approximately 100% digital in the coming years. While exact timing is hard to pinpoint, we think 2022 is a realistic expectation." Now, I don't know about you, but I think this is pretty off. I don't think they will be full digital by 2022 whatsoever. I'm thinking of this because of the fact that we still have so many cool limited editions and exclusive editions for games that people go out and buy, and they have physical versions of the game. And we still have the Nintendo Switch, which right now only has 32 gigabytes of internal storage. So if everything was fully digital, you would be able to have like no games on the Switch, and you'd always have to go out and buy memory cards for it. And then we have the fact that bandwidth isn't readily available unlimited for everybody around the world. In a lot of places, like even Canada, you have a bandwidth cap of 100 gigabytes. So you would literally only be able to download maybe 2 games a month, like full AAA games a month, onto your console. And if you didn't like it, you'd be screwed. You'd have to wait till the next month to download it so you don't go over your bandwidth. So I really don't foresee 2022 being fully digital. If it is, I'll be completely surprised. And if they do go that route, there will definitely need to be a change in the bandwidth caps and everything like that. If you're like me and you've been waiting for more information on Final Fantasy VII Remake, just anything to tell us that they're still really working hard on it, well, Tetsuya Nomura came out and said that Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced way too early, saying this. I'm well aware of the fact that we announced it too early, but even in the industry, word was beginning to spread that we were working on the game, so we just decided not to keep it more secret and officially reveal it. Now, honestly, for me, I'm happy to hear this because it does mean that they are still working on it, and it makes complete sense. I have predicted many times that this game will not come out until the next generation of consoles, and I definitely think now it won't be coming out until the next generation of consoles. And it's cool that he is honest here and admitting that they just announced it too early and they weren't really ready to announce it because they hadn't even really started it. And that's why we haven't heard anything on it, because it isn't very far in development. Halo will be getting a TV show. Showtime has announced that they have ordered a 10-episode season of a live-action Halo show. The show will be based off of the original Halo, highlighting the battle between the humans and the Covenant. David Evans, the CEO and president of Showtime, announced this, saying, "Halo is our most ambitious series ever, and we expect audiences who have been anticipating it for years to be thoroughly rewarded. In the history of television, there simply has never been enough great science fiction. Kylan Killen's scripts are thrilling, expansive, and provocative. Rupert White is a wonderful world-building director, and their vision of Halo will enthrall fans of the game while also drawing the uninitiated into a world of complex characters that populate this unique universe." PUBG Corp has dropped its lawsuit against Fortnite and Epic Games for copyright infringement. The July 2018 PS Plus games have been announced, and we will be getting Absolver and Heavy Rain on the PS4, Deception 4: The Nightmare's Princess, Rayman 3 HD on the PS3, Space Overlords, and Zero Escape Zero Time Dilemma on the PlayStation Vita. The games with gold for July 2018 have also been announced, and we will be getting Assault, Android Cactus, and Death Squared on the Xbox One, Virtua Fighter 5 Final Showdown, and Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction on the Xbox 360. So that's your news. Thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're new to this channel, leave a comment down below about any of the things I talked about, and I'll catch you in the next video.